Well, good evening. Welcome to the Fish Tank. My name is John. Thank you for tuning in this evening. As you can tell, I have a few different voices I can use. This just happens to be one of my favorites. Okay, so I want to talk about the John Bolton indictment. It appears as though Mr. Bolton is messed up. At least that's what we're being led to believe by the Justice Department. I have no reason to doubt them in this particular case because, well, it looks like Johnny screwed up. John Bolton apparently shared classified information and retained classified records. Apparently, he told people within his inner sphere things they shouldn't have known that didn't have the security clearance to know it when he was an advisor to President Trump during his first term. Unacceptable. And I don't have a hard time believing he did it. I've been watching the man for years, and it really seems quite clear that he probably did those things. Just the sheer pompous attitude I've seen from him over the years, whether it be on Fox News or other news sources, interviews he's done, going back to the Obama era, it feels right. It feels like he's the type of guy that would do these things. It really does. Multiple counts of sharing information with people he shouldn't have shared it with. Retaining records that he shouldn't have retained. It's like a 20-count indictment or something. He's allegedly going to turn himself in, which is really the only thing you can do with that kind of federal indictment when you're that high profile an individual. And this isn't me wishing harm on anybody or wishing ill will towards anybody, because I'm definitely not doing that. But I really think he did this. Does it need to be? Is it something that he needs to go to jail for? I don't know. I don't know what information he shared. But certain information just can't be shared. It can't. It's a huge national security risk to do that. And that's a problem. We can't allow it. It can't be allowed to happen. It can't be done. So if Mr. Bolton, in fact, did these things and the indictment says he did, now that doesn't mean, all that means is that the federal government, an indictment just means the federal government is proven that they have enough evidence to go to trial. Okay? It doesn't mean he's guilty. All right? We need to separate that. An indictment doesn't mean you're guilty. But, and this is the big but. It looks like he did. It looks like he did. He did do it. Now, I don't think he needs to be locked up forever or anything crazy like that. Depending on what it was, I mean, if it was something really bad, then, maybe he does. But when you're working in a national security role, you got to be careful about what you tell people, what information you share with them. You can't just go home and be like, oh, honey, let's have some sex. Let me tell you about who we're going to bomb. You can't do that. All right? You just can't do it. You can't call your brother up and, oh, let me give you the skinny. We're going to move a bunch of troops over here. You can't do that. It's beyond not right. It's criminal. And if that's the stuff he did, then he's in a bunch of hot water. Now, especially if anything he shared actually go out. I mean, look at the Comey indictment. If Comey did what they're alleging he did, he shared or gave permission to people to leak information to the press about an ongoing investigation. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. These people who let their hate for, like Comey, not Bolton at the time. Now, yes, but not at the time. But Comey at the time, his hate for Trump, he let his hate for Trump determine how he was going to behave as a human being. Determine his professional ethics. That is unexcusable. It cannot be excused. Cannot. And anybody who thinks it can, you're wrong. That's not what we do, okay? It doesn't matter if you like somebody or not, okay? You have, when you're at work, you have to be a professional. You cannot let your ego or your pride or your disdain for somebody affect your professionalism, okay? You can't do it. You cannot. It's not right. So don't do it. And that's what these men have done. Don't even get me started about what Fannie Willis did, but we'll talk about that in another video. Because that broad, now she needs to go to jail. Anyway, my name is John. Thanks for tuning in. I love you all. Have a good night. Remember, I am Christian. I am conservative. We are all Charlie Kirk.